Virgo, you might be experiencing a lot of noise around something, a lot of mixed messages, or an onslaught of information, or maybe there's just literal noise around you that's irking you and bothering you. It feels like you can't get a direct, thorough line to something. It's like there's static on the wire. You keep running into a beeping noise. I'm hearing a beeping noise, or like even a dial tone noise. These are probably metaphors. It's like you can't get through to something, or there's no clear, direct channel because there's so much noise. Okay, so I don't know what you're trying to get through to. Maybe it's another aspect of yourself, a future self, or maybe somebody in particular, or an outcome that you're desiring. But it feels like there's a lot of chaos around, or just like annoyance in some way. I'm seeing these little creepy crawlies. Okay, maybe these are just people's opinions, words. I don't know. But we're going to get into your message and see what else Spirit has to say to you and if this message will develop. But I was getting that it feels like somebody is about to make a mistake, or they already have made a mistake. I'm not sure if this is you or someone else. It feels like someone else. Let's double check. Is it someone else? Queen of Wands. Yes. Perhaps a fire sign, or somebody who thinks they're very powerful, somebody who thinks that they can control an outcome. They're bound to make some kind of mistake. This could be someone who works with others or tries to help others, but 10 of Wands, they're depleted right now. Their energy is not as strong as it usually is. They're carrying a heavy burden. They're trying to make something happen, but they're making mistakes because they're too burnt out, or they're tired, or what? The Tower. Or they're experiencing a lot of chaos. Okay, so a few different messages coming through for you already. These cards just flew out. What are they? Oh, again, Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords, Temperance. Somebody could be using their words very strategically, whether in writing or speaking. They're trying to make something happen through their word choice. It could even be the way that they've typed something out, the way it looks visually even. They're trying to enact some kind of maybe reaction or change or shift, but there's a mistake that's happening with that. It feels like they're actually revealing something about themselves that maybe doesn't quite work in their benefit. This could be you. Take what resonates. You know, if this sounds more like you, then take it that way. But let's see. For Virgo, what is this message all about? For Virgo, I'm hearing the letter D. Sorcerer, ambition, willpower, and creation. Number 18, which is the Moon card. A lot of noise. The feeling I'm getting is that this Queen of Wands, and it's not gender specific, it doesn't have to be, but it does feel like this person works with a lot of fire energy. They like to get things done. They have a lot of will, a lot of ambition, a lot of passion, and this has probably resulted in a lot of success for this person. But when they're out of sorts and they're carrying too much energy, or they're not managing their energy properly, or there's some interference in their life, they have a tendency to act too quickly. It's like Aries in the shadow almost. Maybe even a little bit of Sagittarius in the shadow. And it feels like this person is making several mistakes in what they're trying to achieve. And it could be the case that this person is trying to create noise, or trying to bombard you with information, or they themselves are bombarded with information. It's almost, this is very particular. So if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You can check out your other signs, but I'm just going to go with it because I'm feeling it really strongly. It's as if someone's trying to confuse you, but they're ending up confusing themselves, or they will confuse themselves. Okay, so let's see. What's the energy supporting Virgos? Wherever Virgo is in your chart. We have sacred space, beautiful, upheaval, An anomaly. Oh, okay. This is what I'm talking about with that noise and that static. There's something interfering. It's almost as if you can usually control something. You yourself can usually control something, your sacred space. You have a good handle on it. You protect that energy well, whether this is a literal space or just your energy in general. And now there's this sorcerer, and I don't mean that literally, I'm just saying it because of this card, this person who's trying to get something to happen in your field or around you. Whatever they're doing, it's creating this strange upheaval in the energy, some strange static that's not allowing you to connect with something that you want to connect with. Okay, let's see the challenge. So perhaps you need better boundaries with someone or something. We'll see. We'll get 2 more, Spirit, just to even it out. Like I usually play my music during my readings. It helps me kind of zone in and zone out into a place of not logical, rational thinking, but more of an intuitive place. But I had to turn it off because it just felt like so much noise. And I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like the energy itself right now is noisy. It doesn't feel quiet. Anticipation, perspective, and resistance for the challenge. This is the energy that you're finding to be an obstacle. Someone may not be responding to you in the way that you hoped they would or that they typically do. I also feel like with this anomaly, you're having to switch tracks, strategies, perspectives, because you're finding resistance in the static, the noise. So something requires a different approach from you. I want to get one more of these cards because I don't feel like this is your energy, and I want to get your energy as the main card that's guiding the reading and not somebody else's energy. And I feel like that could be a message too. There's something about putting your own energy front and center and not getting too wrapped up in somebody else's anomalies or somebody else's chaos or perspective even. So let's see what is Virgo's energy, Spirit? Virgo, whoever's tuning in. Beloved, this is beautiful. Love, reciprocity, and intertwinement. So it could be the case that this person here, or this energy, whatever it is trying to understand. I was going to say interfere with, but I was getting more, now I'm getting understand your connection to someone else. They want to know what's supporting you. They want to know what creates your backbone. How did you get to be so resilient? How did you get to be so tough and clever? And how are you able to switch your perspective and your strategy so easily? For some of you, you could be dealing with another Virgo or someone else who has a lot of Virgo in their chart. Because it feels like they're having a hard time working with balancing Mercury with Mars. And it's like they're looking to your mercurial nature to figure out, like, how are you able to manage something that they're not? I'm getting something about a daycare. I don't know. Maybe it's a metaphor. How are you able to take care of so many people or so many things all at once? This could be a colleague for some of you. Doesn't matter. It could be anybody. Apply it as it resonates. So let's see. Let's get into your reading and see what's going on. I feel this reading is less of like a story that's progressing and more of just like bits of information that might help you. Okay. It's interesting. They fell face down. I don't feel like taking them in order. It's like I'm having to choose myself which order something goes in. And I feel like that's what Spirit wants for you too, is to choose the order of how you're going to do something or say something. Wow. Okay, I'm going to skip right over to the outcome for a second, and that's victory. Take a bow. So there's an applause that you receive. I'm getting, you collect your roses, and she's holding flowers here, and the beloved with the roses. You are victorious with something. You succeed here against all odds. So you do get through to whatever you're trying to tunnel into or channel into. I want to know that, Spirit. What is it that Virgo's trying to get to? Six of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Well, this is like letting someone know, or maybe being real clear with yourself, that you're not going to waste time and effort on something. It's like you're deciding to leave behind some tricky business, okay, or some overly complicated dynamic, and you want to express that and stand by it. For some of you, could be saying, I'm like no longer putting up with this. For others of you, you're like, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. This is the way it is. This is what I need. Some of you are not even wanting to say anything at all. You just want to get to the place in which you feel clear of mind, but it feels like you're frustrated almost, the world. It also feels like every time that you get clear about something and you decide like that's enough of that, maybe like every few months, even 3 to 5 months, or it could be quicker, but it's like something pops back up again. And now you're like, oh, here I go having to deal with this again. The image that I'm getting is like, it doesn't have to be this, and it's most likely not this for all of you, but this is the image Spirit's giving me to help me understand the energy. It's like you're head of some committee, or you're the treasurer of some committee, and it's like every month you have to go and sit in this committee meeting, and then you come up with all the solutions, and then you go away and everybody's gets all their opinions out, and there's all this BS going on, and it gets noisy, and you can't get a clear, direct path to make the progress you need to make. So then you got to come back and do it all over again. That's the kind of energy that it feels like. Give me one more card, Spirit, please, about where is Virgo trying to go in all of this? 4 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. You're trying to rest your mind. I also feel like some of you want to know what is bothering someone. Like, what is their problem? What is their issue? What's their anxiety is all about? For some of you, this is so that you can help them relieve those anxieties. UN. Oh, okay. That's what I was seeing, UN. You want to undo something, understand something, or unite something. For others of you, it's really like clearing the noise from your head. Not to be, you don't want to be wrapped up in something anymore. Having to be the decision maker, the solution maker. Okay, so let's get to the other cards here. I'm going to put these back in that are on the table. Your overall energy is the Tower. This is the upheaval. Now, I have to remind you, Virgo, that the upheaval is showing up in your supportive energy because it is an upheaval that is unusual. And because it's unusual and atypical, this is something to pay attention to. This upheaval energy is trying to point you in a certain direction or show you the value of something. And for some of you, it's to show you the value of your sacred space and how you need to protect that. Could even be a relationship or a family, maybe. But it's important, or a collective, it's important that you protect something. And it's almost as if this gust of wind has come, this storm out of nowhere. And you never get storms where you are. And all of a sudden a couple shingles blow off, and maybe there's a little bit of a leak somewhere, and you're like, oh my goodness, what's happening? And Spirit's saying, this is showing you that it's time to, do the roof, patch up the leaks, get things together so that you're fortified. So it's supporting you, this tower energy. But as your overall energy, the tower, this means like something's going on that feels intense for whoever I'm connecting with today. This wouldn't come out for your energy if you weren't feeling it. This could be internally, or it could be things around you. And I want to tell you that you don't have to give attention to something that is trying to cause chaos in your life. There's something that you could ignore if you want to. Okay? This Queen of Wands energy, whoever that is, and maybe it's an aspect of yourself, but this sorcerer, it feels like they are trying to conjure up some noise, some energy, some upheaval, some resistance in your field. And it is getting to you. You are feeling it. But what you don't see coming is the Four of Cups. This is ignoring it, saying, I'm not going to let it get to me. Yeah, maybe there are some things now that I have to deal with, now that a couple of shingles have fallen off the roof. There's a leak here I need to patch. I need to deal with those anomalies, But Spirit's saying, know that they are anomalies. This isn't a big karmic pattern for you, as I'm feeling it here. Your energy is coming out as the beloved, love, reciprocity, and intertwinement. Okay, so I feel like Spirit wants you to take care of your mind, take care of your space, and your relationships that mean the most to you. And fortify those with whatever you need to do, boundary work, energy work, actual things that you need to do to keep yourself safe and secure. And it's not so much because this storm that's coming in or that's already happened is like something major that you need to fear. It's not that. It's just if you pay attention to the little things that this gust of wind has damaged or shaken up, then you're able to know, like, it's like you need to take an inventory of all the things that need to be done and do them. So that you know subconsciously that everything is fine. Everything is where it should be. Okay, this is a little bit of all the noise. There's things that you've left go on for too long. These could be little daily things that, your to-do list. Some things are more structural, though. Some things are like you need to sign off on that letter, metaphorically, where you're saying, I'm done here. Okay. Tell me more about the Tower for Virgo. Three of Swords. There's 2 Three of Swords cards in this deck. One is this one with the book where he's learning something from the mental anguish or the pain or the hurtful words, thoughts, memories. And the other Three of Swords is like, it hurts. It hurts your heart. So when this Three of Swords comes out, Spirit is saying that there's a big lesson here for you. There's a lot of knowledge for you to gain in the current upheaval that is ensuing. It's like here, all the words are flying off the page, all the letters are flying off the page so that you can reorganize the information into something that makes more sense for you. Okay, so something needs to be shaken up a little bit so that you can redo things. For some of you, you've gotten a letter yourself or an email or some form of communication, or you're reading something, you're coming across some information, and it's making you feel a little shooketh. okay? Again, this is an anomaly. It's not a long-standing occurrence that you'll have to endure. Can I get one more on this anomaly energy, Spirit? And at night, and I do, there's two more, but I do feel like somebody around you, or it could be an aspect of your shadow, is trying to make this feel worse than it actually is. Someone could be creating some panic or convincing you that you're on a downward spiral when you're not. Okay, night, teamwork, and grief. With beloved here, love, reciprocity, you do need to reach out to somebody that you trust. You need a team, a support system. Now, this could be like a spirit team, that kind of thing, but I feel this more literally because you are going through something here that is not totally illuminated, all the reasons why something is happening and what you're going to do to get that direct channel out of this chaos energy, out of this noise energy, isn't totally clear to you. So you need to unite. You could be seeing a lot of hawks lately. You need to unite with a team of people or a good friend, somebody that you trust, to help you see the bigger picture of what's going on. With this grief card, I mean, it's quite possible that some of you may be grieving something, especially with the Three of Swords. But I feel more like for most of you, this card is saying that this is causing you a lot of grief. Like someone's giving you grief about something. Some of you, I don't know, I'm hearing insurance. Maybe you need some professional support somewhere. But it's like with the committee example. You know, they're not working as a team. So you need to find a new team or kick some people off the committee so that it can function properly. It's that energy. It's that metaphor that's coming through. Because you are somebody who does get along with others when those others are as smart as you, as mercurial as you, and I'm hearing, and as outspoken as your thoughts are. Maybe you don't speak them all the time, but your thoughts are very direct. Okay? They are. When you form an opinion, it's there. There's no wishy-washy around. Maybe it's around a certain area. And there's someone outspoken that could support you. Okay, Four of Cups for what you don't see coming. This is you saying, I choose to ignore that right now. And it's not to ignore the shingle that blew off the roof or, you know, whatever's going on, the little anomaly. Don't ignore that. You're meant to patch that up. But don't turn the storm into a tornado, because it's not. And this is a very particular message, and it's not for everyone, but it's almost like maybe you feel like you're getting some kind of evil eye, or like there's a frenemy in the mix or something like that. Yeah. I got a weird feeling. Like someone's working against you. And I feel like Spirit is saying when you shut that off, that energy off, and you say, I'm not going to take that cup from you, that cup of BS, you know, that cup of poison, that cup of toxicity and consume it. I'm not going to do that. Then it feels like Two of Cups, you feel whole again. You don't feel so fractured or frazzled or questioning the beloved. And somebody could have a very strong opinion about something you're trying to do or a relationship you're in, a path you want to walk. And Spirit is saying what you don't see coming is once you say, I don't want any, like, thank you, but no thank you. No comments from the peanut gallery, or, you know, like that's, I didn't ask for your opinion, whatever it is. Then nothing falls apart is what Spirit's saying. Nothing's going to fall apart here. Whatever this Two of Cups represents to you, whether it's you with yourself, you know, integrated, your shadow and your light, your conscious and your unconscious, or whether this is you and someone else, you and a job, whatever this represents to you, you are intertwined. And the only way that this is going to come apart and you're going to be separated from it is if you allow that energy to take over. Yeah, they may have blown a shingle off the roof, but the rest of the roof is still there. You're protected. Yeah, a leak might be getting in, but you're not getting flooded out. You can fix this. Okay? All right. So what was that about changing strategies? Well, maybe you were going to just tear the whole roof off and start again. You know, oh, one shingle's gone. I'm going to do the whole thing. I don't know why this example keeps coming through so strongly. And I'm literally seeing that, like I'm seeing all the shingles and the sparkles on them and everything. It's like almost I can feel it. Change strategies. What does this mean? The Chariot and the Empress and the Nine of Cups. Oh, this is an opportunity to have something your way. Yeah, the choice for your way wasn't there before, but now it is. Okay, so this is actually an opportunity. Okay, I'm going to keep going. The Hangman, the Hang One, for the opportunity, which is showing up in your challenge, the perspective, right? So there's an opportunity for a perspective change, a new strategy to see things in a different way. I kind of feel guided to use these cards. I wasn't sure if I was going to use them, but let's see. The Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Let's see. What is this new perspective? Fulfillment. Saturn and Sagittarius. Yes, that Sagittarius energy going wild. It needs to be restrained. Somebody could be trying to push you in a very particular direction. Okay, they're creating a lot of noise so that you can take a different path. Convince you. They could be trying to get you to respond or say something. See the Mercury and the Ace of Swords here? It's like, here, take this sword, Virgo, and say something. Say something you'll regret. And Spirit saying the opportunity is to come to this place where you're like, I've said all I need to say. I'm fulfilled with the way that I am. I'm fulfilled with the way that I am. And perhaps that is a different strategy for you. Could very well be that in the past when somebody said, you know, like, you would shift, you would adapt, mutable earth, right? You'd find a way, you'd get a strategy going in order to solve the puzzle. But this time it's like you're going to stay on the straight and narrow. You're going to stay the course. You're going to demand that clear channel and not go off on all these avenues and paths. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled with who I am. And yeah, maybe there's this little thing in my relationship or my job or about me that needs a little bit of work, needs a little bit of fixing after that storm, after that conflict, after that fight, after that disappointment. But I can fix it, and I will fix it. I'll work on it. But it doesn't mean my whole life is unraveled because of it. So I feel like that's what Spirit's asking you to step into, is that energy. Okay. The Devil. I was just thinking about that Sorcerer, the High Priestess. Somebody is in your field, and again, it could be your own shadow, right? Especially with the Devil. But take it however. They're really trying to get you not to be happy with yourself, fulfilled with yourself. Look how shoddy your roof is. Shingle fell off? Who are you? It's kind of weird, okay? Don't let this get to you. This is an energy. What is this energy up to here? Knight of Swords again, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about. They're trying to make something happen with what they say. And what they say isn't well thought out. Knight of Swords. Why? Why? What are they hoping to achieve here? Well, to get you off your path in some way. Eight of Wands. The noise. The direction. Maybe for you to take a different direction with something you're doing, to be on more on their wavelength with something. High Priestess. Queen of Pentacles. There's some kind of stable energy that you have. Okay, you're grounded. Even though you feel like you're going through the Tower, it's an anomaly though. You know, maybe it's not an anomaly for this energy to be in Tower moments. Okay. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling. Okay, the noise, right? Okay, so the Nine of Swords is your challenge. You know, somebody could be trying to tempt you to leave a job, leave a home, leave a relationship. Grass is always greener. Okay, I would be wary of this energy. Okay, I would think long and hard about the decision you make. Don't make a mistake, right? That was the first thing about the mistake. Somebody makes a mistake. Okay, because I am seeing that somebody trying to get in between you and someone else. It's totally avoidable, though. It doesn't have to happen. Whoever's trying to convince you to leave one thing to go to another, I don't feel like this is in your best interest. I just don't. Six of Swords. The Ten of Pentacles, it's like they're trying to get you to move away from that idea of stability. King of Swords. Well, tell me more about this. Page of Cups in reverse. Maybe this is a little bit of misery loves company, or the stakes aren't high for them. So it's easy. I'm hearing out of the horse's mouth. It's easy for them to give the advice they're giving you because they don't have to do what they're encouraging you to do. I feel like someone's a little bit out of place here with their guidance towards you, or maybe it's not even guidance, but just their opinion. So tell me about the Nine of Swords, the Hermit, and the Star. Yeah, okay, you are much bigger than what's going on here. Okay, your energy, your path, your wisdom, your creativity. You have much better things to do and to worry about than this. Okay, and that isn't to belittle what's going on. You're experiencing something in the Tower energy. But that is part of the stress and the anxiety, is knowing like, I shouldn't be dealing with this. I know my path. I'm okay with who I am. You know, all of this energy. And then you've got all these shadows, you know, these hands reaching towards you like, are you sure, Virgo? Are you sure you're okay with who you are? Are you sure you know your path? Maybe you don't. I mean, it's just, what's the right word? It's like a trolling energy. Okay? And some of you, you could be taking something a little bit personal. It's like people can't get their ish together no matter how much you try to help them, but they're just not doing it. Don't take that as a reflection of you. Everybody's on their own path. They have their own lessons. And this is one of those times. Your opportunity is to see things from a different perspective and feel fulfilled in what you've built and who you are and what you've achieved. Okay, so Ace of Wands as your advice. I love this. Is that a phoenix? I think so. Let's see. Ace of Wands. Well, yes, there's new energy being birthed out of all of this. What's happening? What's being created from this upheaval. The world. Well, I'm hearing cultivation. Cultivation of what? 7 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Well, it's like clearing the way, cultivating the 10 of Pentacles by clearing out the 7 of Cups, clearing out the noise. I don't know. I feel like this situation allows you to identify what's of value and what's not. Who's in your ear that shouldn't be? How are they getting to you? You know, it's like time to clean house with something like that. And to sit for a minute and think for yourself, because you are getting some strange ideas from people who are not going to be affected by the actions you take, by the mistakes you make or the gains that you make. Whether you make the correct move or a mistake, whoever's giving you the advice isn't going to be affected. So I don't know if you should listen to this, okay? It's just what I'm feeling. Whoever's saying those things that are, well, what are they saying exactly? Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. It's that something is so important, Virgo. It's like somebody wants you to believe that something is the be-all and end-all, and this person's opinion is so significant, and this person has the capacity to really ruin things for you, yada, yada. Like, no. 7 of Cups. It's just noise in the head. See? Queen of Pentacles, that's you. And then somebody convincing you, Page of Wands, Queen of Swords. Go back, pay attention to what they're saying. No. Okay. So there's an opportunity here being created. Your advice is to take that Ace of Wands, that new energy that forms out of this situation, and bring something to an end. Also protecting your inner child. If you were mothering yourself, mothering in a positive light, a well-integrated mother archetype, if you were embodying that, hi, Wolfie, what would you do to protect yourself? How would you mother yourself? Okay. The little baby's crying now. I have your outcome, but let's see the little baby since I want to mother him right now. Come here, Wolfie. And he's a Sagittarius, too. All right, say hi to Virgo. Maybe you need some little cat love right now. You can't come up on the table, though. All right. So you let your inner child in. You let your inner child feel safe, Wolfgang came to represent that. Okay, the outcome. I'm also going to do an extended. In the extended, we're going to go a layer deeper. I'm trying to get more specific here about what's going on. It's interesting how I said that in the present tense, not like in the future. Okay, so I feel like something's unraveling quickly, like the answers, the clarity, the foresight into what's going on. It's not long before you realize, like, hey, I don't know about all this, about this person and what they're saying, and this person doesn't really have that much power over me. So things are going to get clear real quick, which is why the outcome is the 6 of Wands. Okay, victory and success. Death, yes, and 4 of Pentacles. I like that. You shall not pass. You can't come in here. No, I'm not signing this contract. I'm going to outsource, I'm hearing, or I'm going to source out my options. You're not the only person I'm going to listen to. You could also be trying to get something from someone and you stop. And that's your victory. Once you release and surrender to that feeling of like, you're holding back from me and I want to get that out of you. It's like fighting to the death here. You're going to stop that, surrender that, and it's a victory for you. I want one more card, though. I don't feel like this is fully done. I don't know if I said this because of Wolfgang, but if you're interested in the extended, the link is in the description box below. If you can't go there or you don't want to, then trust that Spirit gave you a complete reading right here just for you, okay? Outcome, observation. Yeah, you're going to see exactly what has been going on in the web that somebody's been weaving. You're also going to realize your position of superiority and significance. You are this big crow. Okay, and this web is not going to trap you and stop you. It's minor. This is a minor inconvenience on your larger life path. And once you put that into perspective, the noise, you can turn the volume down because you control it. This is the message I'm getting. Okay, Virgo, I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.